2024 marks 30 years since the devastating 1994 genocide against the Tutsi in Rwanda that claimed the lives of over 1 million innocent people. For the last 3 decades, Rwandans have worked side by side to rebuild and transform their country. My name is Samantha Teta. I'm a writer, and I'll be your host in a 3-part web series called Rwanda at 30 that will give you a glimpse into Rwanda's resilience and post-genocide reconstruction through the eyes of its young people who, driven by creativity, tenacity, and equal opportunity, are leading the charge. Rwanda today is known as a tech incubator that welcomes pioneering initiatives. Across the country, local and international startups, world-class research and education centers, as well as think tanks mingle with technology companies, helping drive private sector growth. For the first episode of Rwanda at 30 series, I'm happy to introduce you to 2 young leaders in the tech and agricultural industries. At just 30 years old, Israel Wime is the CEO of Irembo, a technology company founded in 2014 to make Rwanda a digital society. As a service partner to the Rwandan government, Irembo delivers services and innovative digital solutions that enable citizens to swiftly access government services. At just 30 years old, you're one of the young people leading Rwanda's digital transformation. And how did you find yourself in the tech space?
I got my first exposure to technology quite early on. I do have a background in healthcare, interestingly. My first forays was really in trying to understand how do we apply technology to pharmacy, to healthcare, and to education more broadly. Then I moved into applying technology and especially drone technology for delivery services. And so with Zipline, we were able to build the world's first delivery ecosystem that is powered by drones. And then, I found myself here at Irembo to be able to build the right form of platforms for government and citizens to engage, where government provide the best services to citizens, but also citizens have it easy to interact with governments and other institutions they rely on for their day-to-day lives. Our goal is to build technology that is simple enough, that is well done enough to be able to serve anyone, anywhere, regardless of what we could call limitations that they may have, regardless of where they are located, regardless of their digital literacy, regardless of the level of type of device they own and have. We leave no one behind. What has done that is, first of all, openness to really try bold, innovative, never seen, never done before technological applications for all kinds of industries. It's the Rwandan spirit, it's the Rwandanness, or the Rwanda way of doing things. We are a country where we could do things very differently, very boldly, and then we open up. We open up from a business perspective, we open up from a regulatory perspective, we open up from a, government being the catalyzing factor behind adoption, where most of these startups, most of this technology are working hand in hand with government institutions to really deliver for citizens in ways that were never possible before.
In this moment right now, we're taking stock of the last 30 years and what Rwanda has done in post-genocide reconstruction. But now we also have to think about the next 30. So what do you think Rwanda is doing with technology to really continue to transition into a digital future?
I always think of the future of Rwanda to be the best country to live in and thrive in the world. Everything that you can imagine, if we are to be the best in the coming 30 years, I think it will be anchored in how do we deploy technological and technology innovations across all the things that we do, whether it's in healthcare, whether it's in education, whether it's in interaction, in transportation, in infrastructure, in livelihood, in food. Let's always be the place where you do things differently, where you do new things, where you innovate, where you create ecosystems, where you create industry, you create markets. What excites me more is also how do we build ourselves as Rwandans to drive this kind of innovation and technology. A few years ago, we didn't have the right skills, the right capabilities, but one of our mission here at Irembo and what I believe is important is the ability to build that technical skills, leadership, business skills, and to be able to build and deliver on the best and new technological innovation that are truly transformative in every sphere of life that you can imagine. We've done a lot of foundational infrastructure, where it comes from regulatory perspective, where it comes from internet, when it comes from education systems. Now is how do we bring that all together and take that next leap where we now deploy and practically put things into being and existence and scale them to operate at national scale here in Rwanda, but also on a continental scale and even across the globe, where the impact is not just limited to what we're doing, but it's kind of global in nature.
Economic progress in Rwanda isn't confined to the digital realm. Innovation in the agriculture sector is transforming Rwanda's rural landscapes and empowering local communities. Sifa Florence Sangwa is a dedicated agricultural enthusiast and passionate agripreneur who is determined to see more young people join the field and make Rwanda the breadbasket of the region. Agriculture is really the backbone of many African economies, but many young people are not necessarily attracted to it. So why did you choose this career path?
I don't consider agriculture as a career choice, but a part of who I am, because I'm a child and a grandchild of a farmer. I found that agriculture is the one that will feed generations and generations to come, and more, even father and grandfather and other generations were doing it. It was like, what if I pursue this career and then come up with technology, innovation, with creativity, so we can be able to feed as many people as possible.
You mentioned that you are a third-generation farmer. I'm curious, some of the opportunities that you think you have that your father or grandfather were not able to have in the same field that you do.
I consider myself lucky because I'm born this generation. It's because of technology. It's because of people who have gotten skills and knowledge, so they can go and improve until we reach to a certain level. In the past, someone used to have one chicken and could lay thrice a week. But now, through selective breeding, as I said, now we have chickens that can lay 1 egg per day. So you have 7 eggs per week. So it's something that really inspires me, so that I could read and lead and come up with innovations and creativity, so that we can have the productivity as they wished for, because they didn't have chance, because there was no schools that made for agriculture that would pursue, they would choose other careers. But now, as I'm in the place where I see the agriculture as a very big thing, so now I know that I have to come up with all those solutions that would bring out productivity and profitability. And not only in livestock farming, also in crop production. We are using resources efficiently. There is this seed multiplication centers. Now they have improved seeds. Now you can have tons and tons from hectares of land. Same with other crops. We are having more opportunities that we have to dig in and then come up with more productivity, more profit, while driving economic growth of the country.
Sifa, you have big dreams, as I can hear. What's the ultimate achievement for you?
I hope I will see Rwandans feeding themselves and free from hunger. That's my wish, and I wish to be that part of contribution, where I will be creating jobs to people, where I will be empowering local communities, where I will be having those training centers where I can train more farmers, then they can get productivity. Those farmers who need my consultation services, extension services, they can come and learn from my farm. I'm going to be a voice of change for narrative of agriculture, because I have seen the future of agriculture, and I have seen how agriculture is empowered now and how technology is driving it insane. Now, agriculture is not for illiterate, it's not for poor, it's for young minds that can drive agriculture to other level, that can bring those innovations and technologies and other things that will make African farmers empowered. I wish to be a face of food security here in Rwanda and in Africa.
Thank you for joining me on the first episode of Rwanda at 30 series. See you next time for a look into Rwanda's thriving creative and tourism sectors.